Hello guys, today we are talking about a very interesting topic. And that is how approach game led to women's ego inflation. You understand what I'm getting at. This is the entire approach game. Don't be afraid to approach all of these women. Let me share with you what I would advise you to do because I'm a dating coach. However, I'll also share with you what I should have said to you before I convinced you to go out and approach these professionals. See, here's how it functions. You guys think you're going to put yourself in a position to approach women when they can be contacted by hundreds or even thousands of men at any given time in this day and age. What will you guys do as a result? I would be the dating coach right now if I were one. I'm gonna tell you, pull up on them at the gas station, pull up on them at the bar, at the grocery store, at the club, at Starbucks, at the fashion mall. Pull up on them. Don't be scared. Just pull up on 100 of them. Right? This is gonna work for you because at some point 1 or 2 are going to give you the number, maybe 10 at best. And then you're going to siphon it down. You're going to end up with 2. Right? This is the whole approach game theory. Now, here's the deal. What they don't tell you is that in all of these places that I told you to pull up on them, the gas station, Starbucks, right, the club, the wall, the mall, all right, they've dressed up for you to pull up, but the reality is when you pull up on them. With the 100 women you pulled up on, 90 of them are prepared to reject you just on sight. It doesn't matter how you look. As soon as you roll up on sight, they're going to say, no, all right. This is why they've dressed up and made themselves look nice. They've already got their guard up and are ready to turn guys down. They simply want you to stare at them because they want some attention more than they want a man to approach them. What you need to understand is that this woman already has a group of beta male orbiters in her list who are ready for her to call. Often, she will walk around in these locations that I mentioned on the phone with some beta male orbiter so she could see you approaching. Oh, I'm on the phone with my beta M, is a common tactic she uses to avoid confrontation. You need to understand this regardless of whether you're a single male who succeeds or fails in your attempt to approach women. You provided her the attention, which is going to be a crucial point on this one. Nevertheless, you just broke a major rule by approaching women in public places, which is against the red pill guideline. Considering that she already has her guard up, that she expects men to approach her, that she wants men to approach her even when they don't approach her, and that you just gave her free validation, you should know that she already has her guard up. However, since most people who pitch this game have a success rate of only 10%, and that 90% of women will reject you, if you use their numbness, you can still get through to her. And you approach 100 women. Well, listen, you just gave them all the free validation, and over time, over the month I send out 100 men, they approach 100 women a day. Over time, that's millions of women that got validation for free for doing absolutely nothing, for providing no value to you, for demonstrating no sort of status, and you just gave them value. How often have you dealt with a woman who doesn't look attractive? Where's my woman here? She's right here. She looks like this right here. She's talking to you. You think you're doing them a favor by approaching them, or something similar. This is what I call it leads to ego inflation, right? This is what we're seeing today in Western women. Their egos are overinflated for no apparent reason. You should see how many men approach me and offer to date me. You should see how many men use the lick and water spritz emojis on my Instagram. You should see how many men text me every night. And then they caught them talking to you like you're nothing. They mocked you. They laughed at you. They were talking about what, you know. Men don't have a problem approaching the easiest target because they have nothing to lose and aren't afraid of the outcome when they approach these women. But these women will assert that they look like the woman in this picture that I captured on the screen and that they have the ability to attract the most women. Men are most. These women will claim to be sexually harassed on a daily basis. They'll claim to be stared at. They'll claim to be propositioned. They'll claim to be angry. They'll claim to be stalked. They'll claim to be gang grape. In other words, these women will boast about all the men who want to smash them. And you know why they're doing it? Ego inflation. It's because men who followed my dating advice to go out there and approach hundreds of women now have inflated hundreds of women for no particular reason and given them free validation. Now their heads are this big, thinking about all these guys all day are approaching me. Why? Because me, as a dating coach, told you guys to go out there. Now, here's the deal in this scenario. Let me pull down my Fortnite badly made woman a photo right here, because this distracted me. But here's the deal, when a normal guy comes along, who has a genuine interest, she's shutting them down, because a guy who had more value just validated her now. She thinks that's where her peak is, that's what she thinks she can reach now. I should have mentioned that this woman is aware of two things. And this is what you have to understand in the approach game model. Women know two things. Women know what they like. They already know what they like. Most of these women are since the age of 8, 9, or 10. They've already been pre-programmed with the type of man that they want. This is why they can be so selected and so picky on the dating market. In their mind, as an 8-year-old, 9, 10, as soon as she started watching the Disney movies, whatever it is that she watched or whatever, it is the first guy that touched her when she was in high school or something like that. These are the men that she's going to go after. So it doesn't matter what you look like, particularly. The fact is she knows what she likes. You might catch one of these women slipping and be able to introduce her to something different, but it may be work, and it may be worth it for you. It may be worth it that you caught her slipping. It may be worth it that you approached 3,000 women in a month. And that's going to be an important point. She's going to seek that out occasionally. And free validated them for the one opportunity for you to catch this girl slipping. It might be worth it, but what you just did is you just messed up the game for everybody. You just messed up the game for all men out here, because you got some peace leave. You wasted all this valuable time, okay? And then now the regular guys out here that are trying to, make these women step up, you just messed it up for everybody, you batting 3%. And now you've messed up the game for all the other guys out there who are trying to be stoic and convince these women to be responsible and accept responsibility, to step up and at least take a shower before she puts on her yoga pants, okay, to at least wash her hair. All right, see, you just messed up the game. You free validated these women. This is what I should have told you before I sent you out there. They also understand that challenges are something that women enjoy. This is the reason you'll learn that they have affairs with married men. You'll learn they're sleeping with another man's partner, that she was abused by drug dealers, bad lads, college athletes, professional sports, etc., and you'll understand why. She found these men in situations where she thought, maybe I can take this person from this woman. Maybe I can move into this ball. So I can assure you that the professional athlete, the bad boy, the guy with the girlfriend, and the married man didn't run up on her. She sees them as having higher value. What's the name of it? Right, jockey baller alert, sniffers, he was a jerk. He did me wrong. How many times do you listen to these ladies? She's dead. These men are women that she sought out, men that she chose, men that she cannot let go in her life, men who are making her burst all over his baloney pony. And this is the reality, so your approach game, guys. I guarantee you that these men didn't approach her. I know I sent you out there as a dating coach to say, oh yeah, approach 100 women. But what I did is I just ended up messing up the game for everybody else, for all the regular guys that aren't approaching, for all the regular guys that are building their status up and minding their own business. And we're wondering why these women are acting like they're acting. It's because of you approach game model individuals. That's the real on that one. All right, sorry for me as a former dating coach, or I'm not sorry if I was a dating coach. Sorry for sending you guys out there blind. The game, I messed you up. I went out there and messed up the game for everybody else. Now I gotta correct it.